Now we got Steve Claggett. Ain't no pushover. 15 years professionally. This guy is no rookie. He's a vet. So there ain't nothing to look over on that. He signed the contract. He knows what he's getting himself into. None of these other fighters that you guys want to see us with didn't want to sign the contract. We sent it over. Outbox, Comey, the shit. Loma, the shit. Josh Taylor, the shit. All three components. All three components, all in one. And it may not even go 12. So that's the whole thing, man. That's what we train our whole career for. I knew exactly what kind of fighter this guy was. Maybe you guys don't know, but I sure as hell knew. He's going to come forward and test my conditioning. And that's what we had today. We went 12 rounds.
All right, you guys, Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. What we liked, what we didn't like. I see a lot of different people posting about how they feel about Teofimo Lopez, his performance, the way his face looked, that he didn't get the knockout with Steve Claggett, he didn't get the TKO with Steve Claggett, so on and so forth. I thought this fight was a 9 out of 10. Steve Claggett and Teofimo Lopez gave us nothing but non-stop action. The conditioning was up from round 1 to round 12. The punching numbers were up from round 1 to round 12. This is Teofimo's most highlight thrown punches and landed punches in his career with Steve Claggett.
Tough fights bring the best out of me. Look, the most punches I ever had and landed in any of my punch count in career. Like, that's amazing. I'm telling you, man, that's amazing. I'm proud of myself just for that. I don't care how my face looks. Fuck it, it's a fight.
Teofimo Lopez gives us non-stop action from his ring walk to fighting, and even after the fight, he's just a performer. One thing that I didn't like that Teofimo Lopez did, and one thing that I think he stayed too long doing, that he even said himself, was that I thought Teofimo was showboating on the ropes a little bit too much. He was staying on the ropes a little bit too much. He was getting hit with shots that I personally thought that he didn't need to get hit with, and like I said, he was just staying on the ropes a little bit too long. I get he was trying to connect and throw that Teofimo uppercut that he liked to throw and he puts guys away with, but he was just in there a little bit too long, just doing too much head movement at that point.
We still got the punch power, we still got everything there. You know, the whole thing now is just going back to the drawing board and working a lot more on my slipping.
But like I said, this was a solid fight all around the table. The punches were up from round 1 to round 12. The conditioning was up from round 1 to round 12. I thought Teofimo threw the heavier bombs. Unfortunately, Steve Claggett just wouldn't go down. Every time he did get clipped or every time he did get hurt, he pushed the pace that much more and he let his hands go that much more. At that point, what really can you do? Like I said, these fans with these fighters expect way too much, and they expect a 10 out of 10 every single performance. I get Teofimo is a top dog, and Teo put on a top dog performance yesterday. It's plain and simple as that. And with one thing that I love about Teofimo and that I want to see him do, Teofimo is going to be fighting. He wants to fight 4 times a year, I believe he said.
Stay active, make as much money as we can from the sport, and when we're ready to leave, we're ready to leave.
Exactly, because he wants to fight 4 times this year, and we're going to...
Yeah, that's the goal. That's what we're pushing for.
You know?
So we're looking forward to it.
Fight your mandatories. Fight your top contenders. Fight guys with experience under their belt and make these mega fights happen all in 1 year versus fighting 1 time a year, 2 times a year just because of how big your name is. Negotiating with another big fighter, that fight comes crumbling down because you guys can't figure out who's a bigger draw, and that's exactly what the sport of boxing needs overall, is for these fighters to be active.
I know the type of fighter I chose. Oh my gosh, like I really do this. I really does this. I know what kind of fights I'm going to get myself into. I like tough fights. Tough fights bring the best out of me.
Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Let me know what you guys think about Teofimo Lopez moving up to 147 pounds. I know he said that his body is growing. He's having, I'm not going to say he's having trouble making 140, but like I said, Teofimo Lopez is still growing. He's still learning, and he's still in I'm not going to say the beginning of his career, but I wouldn't say in his prime just as yet. So a lot of these fighters are going to start moving up. I believe he doesn't have a lot more opportunity at 140. You have Devin Haney, you have Pitbull Cruz, and it seems like that's where Teofimo Lopez puts on the most active with those type of styles with Pitbull Cruz and Steve Claggett. Just that real Mexican fighting style, pushing the pace, pushing forward, and dropping bombs. I think Pitbull Cruz would be a hell of a fight before he leaves the 140-pound division.
I'm going to be frank with you guys. I feel like this weight cut and everything, my body's growing. And although it doesn't look like I can handle my own at 147, I believe I can. I truly believe I can. And I want these great champions hey, whoever it is, whatever it is, the takeover, we don't dodge nobody. I just want the best, and I want to fight the best so I can collect more legacy.
A lot more opportunity at the 140-pound division versus the 147-pound division, but I don't want Teofimo Lopez to, really put that much pressure on his body, really bring down his body that much. If he can't do it and it just hurts him at the 140-pound division, I'd rather see him move up to 147 and see exactly where he ranks, where his power's at, where his speed at, and just see his performance anywhere or where it ranks in the 147-pound division. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Let me know what you guys think about Teofimo Lopez staying on the ropes a little bit too long, just taking punches that he didn't necessarily need to, possibly just due to showboating. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.
Only one other fighter that maybe might do it just a little bit, and he's smaller, and that's Pitbull, Isaac Cruz. But other than that, every other fighter you could think of don't fight that way at all. They all box. Crawford boxes, whether it's orthodox, whether it's freaking southpaw, he boxes. He doesn't really slug in there. So this is why I do these type of fights.